weekday morning, hella early AF, 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel and 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Today we're talking about empathy and productivity. What is the connection between empathy and productivity? We are inspired in some ways by the leader of New Zealand in the wake of domestic terrorist attack there against Muslim folk. Just seeing how the leader in that country is responding to that tragedy. We are moved because we look at our own presidential leadership and we question so much about it. Then when we see an example of what it should be like in crisis, especially, we're inspired. So we want to respond to that today. So thanks for being here as it relates to, of course, being productive through joy. So thanks for being here. If you're new, this is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. Please hit that subscribe button. Get all these videos for free. I did say free. 1, 2, 3, 4, free. Reach out to us. Reach out to me. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. And we have an incredible program. We have a series of programs, but philosophically, we are rooted in a narrative process, meaning everyone's life has told a story. Everyone's life is currently telling a story, and everyone's life will eventually tell a story from here on out. And so we help individuals think about the story they've been telling and how they can change the story. Some of us get stuck in that kind of feedback loop, and we think that that particular story is going to be our story for life. It does not have to be that way. So we're saying that because we know that to be true. So thanks for being here. Reach out to us, see what we do. I should also say a few words about myself as my bio. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher, author of the New York Times bestseller, Raising Fences, which was Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book was the film rights. The film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, who hired me to write the screenplay. I'm the author of the acclaimed historical novel Americas, which is out just in October, set 13 miles from Ferguson, where, of course, Michael Brown was murdered. God bless him and his family. That book interrogates the intersection between race and violence in America. I'm on the book tour again for that book now, so I'll be coming soon to a place near you. I'll be at the Pasadena Lit Fest, the big festival here in Southern California, on May 19th. I'll be at the World Stage April the 10th. Great literary jazz venue here in Southern California. I'm also the author of the acclaimed new book. I'm acclaimed lately. I'm not sure what's happening. I'm acclaimed with Michael Datcher, which just comes out in April, called Animating Black and Brown Liberation, A Theory of American Literature, which will be out in April. That book looks at the intersection of activism and literature. A really interesting text. Look for that. I am the board president of the World Stage. Again, that literary and jazz venue here in Southern California. My educational background is the World Stage. Is not the World Stage. Is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate. My master's is from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature is from the University of California at Riverside. I am currently a professor of English lit at LMU here in Los Angeles. I am an expert at being productive, right? I don't say that to brag or boast, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity, given how crazy my own story is. I am the product of a young girl who was assaulted at age 16 in a terrible story, gave birth to me at age 17, and then subsequently gave me up for adoption to an amazing single divorcee. Yet at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. It's in difficult times for the young MD, yet as cool Mo D famously said, "How you like me now?" And if I can be this productive and be so through joy, so can many of us who are watching the show. So thanks for being here. Again, go to productivethroughjoy.com, see about us. Have me come out, speak to your group, school, organization. All right. We respect and love you here. Let's dive in. So we're talking about empathy today, which is a totally inspired topic. We had a different topic planned this morning, but then the spirit moved. So we'll move that topic to the afternoon show. But, man, point one is that you want to be able to develop your empathy. There are people who, for chemical reasons, don't seem to be able to feel empathy, like to experience empathy, like to feel much at all, but certainly not feel compassion for other people or what other people have gone through. I've been around people like that not good, doesn't feel good. I'm sure for them, and certainly not for those who have to be around them. That's for sure. Um, and so, but for others of us, we can really work on that, the empathetic part of who we are. Because in contradistinction to the folks who don't really feel empathy or don't do the work to feel it, there are the folks who are what we call empaths, folks who really deeply feel the experience of other people, right? So if we can be somewhere in the middle, that'd be a good thing. So point two is, how do you become more empathetic? How do you become, more empathetic? One way to do that is to know yourself, right? Is to have an evolved relationship with yourself. And as you begin to do that through meditation, through running, through working out, through various types of physical activity, you can begin to understand that you are a part of a larger kind of field of human experience. That the things that you're feeling and the experiences that you go through are very similar to the things that other people who are all around you are going through as well. And as a result, you're more able to feel what they're going through, which is point two. Well, how does all this relate to being productive? Well, once you're able to feel what other people are going through, especially your family, friends, and relations, you want to do something to help them help themselves. You want to be able to help them help themselves in such a way where they can actually and literally be helped by you helping them. Meaning they can still do what they need to do in their own lives. They may need a hand up. May need some assistance in getting that particular thing done. So the key is you being able to feel enough to want to help them help themselves. And as a result, they are going to have an enhanced productivity. And because we live in a cyclical world, it always comes back to you eventually. This world, because it rotates on its axis, because we revolve around the sun, because we are in constant motion inside of our bodies. We are a body, a universe, an experience of motion. And our particular motion happens, at least on the planet, happens in a circle. And as a result, the physical manifestation of the earth literally impacts the kind of metaphysical world. So literally, it is true that what comes around goes around, because the earth is constantly going around. So, and when you do good, eventually it'll come back to you. Not probably when you need it or expect it, when you want it, but when you need it, it's going to come on through for you. So boom goes the dynamite. That's it for today's show. We air each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, and 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. This has been your boy and your host, Dr. Michael Datcher. You can go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. Thank you. We love and respect you. We will see you soon. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.